Question for everybody watching. Have you ever heard the term Fibremaxxing? Fibremaxxing. Okay, well, let me tell you, it is a movement that's taken over TikTok, and it encourages you to maximize your daily fiber intake.
But is this healthy, and should we do it? To answer those questions and more, we've brought in registered dietitian and nutritionist Nishta Saxena. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
Nice to see
Great
you.
to be here.
Okay, so let's get into this. All right, I want you to be 100% honest with me. When you first heard the term fibremaxxing, what was your reaction?
My reaction was I burst out laughing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like that was
because this is what I've been saying for 23 years in clinical practice. This is nothing new. It's adding fiber to your diet. It's trying to get your fiber needs met daily by adding fiber to have fiber-rich meals, fiber-rich snacks. But of course, TikTok makes it cute, rebrands it as Fibremaxxing, and now it's a trend.
Okay.
No.
Love that.
It's like they won't do it unless there's a special catchy term to
Exactly.
something. Okay, so I think besides regularity, why is fiber so important in our diet?
Well, that word is actually the reason why. So we don't use it for energy, but it is the master regulator of our body. So everything from our hormones, blood sugar, cholesterol, obviously our digestive system, even our brain function is regulated by fiber. It is so important, and it has absolute benefits in terms of our health in all those areas.
Okay, so let's break this down. Let's talk about fiber's role in the body, for example. What role does fiber play when it comes to blood sugar?
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of draw an example here. So when you think of fiber, you think of whole foods. You want to think of sugar coming from those foods. We digest everything and it becomes sugar. If you take, for example, apple juice, when you drink a glass of apple juice, you know, very quickly that's digested in the bloodstream, your blood sugar is going to go up. If you think instead, and it's going to go up quickly, you think instead of having a whole apple, which we have here, it's going to have 3 to 5 grams of fiber in it. That curve, that peak of it turning into blood sugar is much slower. And you get the benefit of, I'll talk more about it, insoluble and soluble fiber. And what happens is when you eat fiber, it's sort of like a dominoes. If you think of tipping over the one domino, as you start to digest it, creates this nice stream of hormonal cascade that we want that has a huge impact on our health.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, so can you break down what's happening in our digestive system when we have fiber?
Yes, so basically all of this fiber gets digested and processed and it ends up in our large bowel. And there we have, again, these 2 types of fiber. Insoluble, the kind that's not broken down by water, that's gonna be like a scrub brush in the bowel. So it essentially gets down there, bulks everything up, scrubs it up. And then the soluble fiber, which blends with water, creating a gel, that actually becomes a lubricant. And essentially, it gets a nice big poo that's gonna trigger your body to release that.
Okay.
It's fascinating. Okay, so you were mentioning brain functioning. Connect fiber and our brains.
This is absolutely such a fascinating area, and we definitely need more research here, but it's really starting to show that fiber has an impact on our mood. How? There's a gut-brain axis, and when we have these bacteria, fungus, and yeast in our gut, we eat fiber-rich foods, they use that for fuel. So they create different compounds. Those compounds send signals to the brain, and they regulate our neurotransmitters. So now we actually have data that shows people that are eating regular fiber-rich foods and meals actually have better mood regulation.
Interesting.
We still need more research, but yeah.
Okay, so I feel like the question that everyone might be asking is also, is fibremaxxing actually healthy?
Drum roll, yes.
Okay, no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah, because essentially what we're talking about here is adding fiber to your food. We want people to meet their fiber needs daily, and if you're adding fiber to your food, whether you call it fibremaxxing or eating fiber, I love it.
Yeah. All right. So the big question is, how much should we be consuming? Because you know, this all sounds great, but there's always going to be that person who overdoes it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I think we actually have a nice list from the Canadian Digestive Health Foundation, just right here, and it shows that different by gender and by age, we need differing amounts. So an average woman needs anywhere from 25 to 28 grams. In pregnancy, we actually need more, and then men, because their bodies are bigger, can go upwards of 38 to 40 grams a day. This is from the Canadian Digestive Health Foundation website, so there's a great spot if you wanted to find more information about how much you actually need to get each day.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about fiber sources. What food sources are really fiber rich?
Well, they are right here in front of us. So really, it's all the plant foods. So we have everything from, fruits and vegetables that you're gonna eat here. Apples, berries are very high in fiber. Things where you're gonna eat the skin. Brussels sprouts. Then in the front there, we've got almonds and of course seeds, which we're gonna talk more about. Even avocado is a great source of soluble fiber as well as sweet potato, but my very favorite is by far lentils. It's the cheapest and most effective way to get fiber into your diet.
Okay.
Wow, we love that.
And an easy way to actually do this is if you take, for instance, oatmeal porridge or, take yogurt and you're gonna add, let's say you add a 1/4 cup of nuts, you add some seeds, you cut up an apple, that's 3, 5, etc. You're getting 10 grams of fiber right there in a meal. And so a really easy tool I try to teach most of my clients is try to get 10 grams of fiber in each of your meals. That totals 30 in a day.
Okay.
It's really not hard to do.
Yeah,
We love
very
that.
doable,
She
yeah.
loves that.
We love that. All right,
Yes.
so some influencers are suggesting that people take supplements. What's your opinion about that?
I want you to think about this as you're really doing something, a process to your body when you eat fiber. And I really want you to think of your body as the ultimate food processor. When you allowed your body to process food, you get all of those steps, the process and the hormonal regulation, the digestive regulation from eating minimally processed whole fiber-rich foods. Okay. When you use supplements, the effect is not the same. And, supplements, unfortunately, are not regulated. There's wonderful supplements out there, but that wouldn't be what I really want you to focus on your Fibremaxxing with. I want you to try and use whole foods to get that effect.
Eat the real
Because
food.
there's so much other great stuff when you
Exactly.
eat a strawberry.
Yes.
That if you're going to throw a gummy in your mouth, you're not getting all the great stuff that you get in a strawberry.
100%.
Right?
And you're getting energy from these foods. So there's this thing called the food matrix. When it's fiber rich, you're getting the fiber as the master regulator. But just as you mentioned, you're getting vitamins, minerals, you're getting actual carbohydrate and energy and protein from these foods.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Flax and Chia, if you're on TikTok, are also having a moment. They clearly have a very good PR firm behind them.
Yes.
Because, are they great in this Fibremaxxing world or not?
They are great in this Fibremaxxing.
Okay.
I feel like I'm like all about TikTok right now today, apparently. So seeds such as flaxseed, when you're eating flaxseed, you're eating it whole, it's gonna go right through, you're getting that insoluble fiber. But when you have ground flaxseed, that's really beneficial because that's actually gonna pull out the soluble fiber and something called phytoestrogens, these are things that help to modulate and regulate the estrogen in our body. So they're very beneficial. Chia seeds as well. If you just eat them whole and dry, they're gonna kind of go right through you. But if you do the infamous, chia pudding overnight, allow that soluble fiber to come out, or the chia water, which I cannot get into, sorry, allow the soluble to come out, that gel is gonna act in that beautiful soluble fiber way, and it's gonna have all of these wonderful health effects.
Whether it's a trend or not, it's good for you. So, Nishta, thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you. We love this. Okay, let's take a break. We're gonna dive into our fiber. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.